Nikon D5200 Menu Settings. This is part 2 in my Nikon D5200 Menu Settings video series. In this one, I'm going to be exploring the shooting menu, and this is a really long menu, so I'm going to split it up into a few videos over the coming weeks, so don't go away. Hi there, I'm Barry Callister of Barry Callister Photography, founder and creator of photographersfreedom.com, giving you the time, gear and skills to be the best photographer you can be. Welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video today. Welcome to 2020, in fact. Maybe it's my age, I'm really showing my age here, but when I was a child, all the movies I watched, all the sci-fi movies were always set in 2020, so I kind of feel like I'm living in a sci-fi movie this year. But anyway, I digress. Welcome to my channel, thanks for coming. This channel is all about photography tutorials, Lightroom and Photoshop tutorials, photography gear reviews and other nature photography related stuff. So if you're into that, please hit subscribe and ding the notification bell. If you want more time out in nature taking photos in 2020, then check out the link in the video description below. That link will take you to a page where I tell you how you can create your own online business that will give you passive income so that you can spend more of your time out taking photos. Let this year be your year where you call the shots. Your time is the most valuable thing you have, so make sure that you do what you want with it. Right now, let's get into the content. To get to the shooting menu, what you do is you press your menu button up here on the top left-hand side, and then, now this will open the last page that you were on when you were in here, so your screen may look different to mine. So what you do is use your multi-selector to scroll up or down until you get to the little camera icon there, and that is your shooting menu. So when it lights up yellow, that means it's selected, and then you can either press the right side of your multi-selector or the OK button to go across into the menu. At the top of the shooting menu, we have the option to reset shooting menu. This will reset all the settings within the shooting menu to their defaults. So if you muck something up, you can use this to reset everything. So if you press OK, or you can also press the right side of your selector switch as well. This screen will pop up with the option of yes or no, and you can select yes if you want to reset, and then you press OK to choose to reset all your settings. Now at any time within any part of the menu, if you want to exit out of a screen, you can just press the menu button. That will take you back to just having the icon selected, so you'll have to go back across or hit the OK button to go into the shooting menu. But if you're ever stuck within a screen and you're getting a bit worried about mucking up a setting, you can always press the menu button to go back. You can also press the left side of the selector switch. That will also take you back to the previous screen. Next, you have storage folder. This is where you can select the folder you want your photos to be saved in on your SD card. So by default, it will create a folder called D5200. If you create others, they will be listed here, and you can create, name and delete folders within here as well. So you can create a new folder there. So up here, you select your folder by going across. There's my D5200 folder there. I just click OK to select that. You can also create a new one and name it whatever you like by just navigating across with your, or up or down with your multi-selector, and then pressing OK to input that letter, and then OK to select it. Once you're done, just hit menu to go back there. Now you can also rename a folder that you've already done or delete them. Obviously it won't let me delete this folder because I only have the one folder, and deleting it would be silly. Now scrolling down, we get to image quality. This is where you select the type and size of the images the camera will capture. Now there are two types of image files. There are RAW files called NEF in Nikon cameras, and there are JPEG files. RAW files are large file sizes because they are uncompressed. A raw image stores all the information your camera captures when you take a shot. I always shoot RAW because you have much greater control over editing later on. JPEG files are compressed files. Your camera will take certain information within the file and throw it away to make the image size smaller. You still get a great photo, but you save space on your SD card. JPEGs don't give you the same freedom to edit that RAW files do. You will find that you can't get information back from over or underexposed areas quite as well with a JPEG file. So you have quite a few options in this menu. You have RAW and JPEG Fine, RAW and JPEG Normal, RAW and JPEG Basic, just RAW only, JPEG Fine, JPEG Normal and JPEG Basic. So going from the top, obviously this one will create a RAW file and a JPEG Fine. So a fine quality JPEG is compressed at a ratio of roughly 1:4. So that's a better quality JPEG. A normal JPEG is compressed at roughly 1:8 ratio, which is the normal quality of a JPEG. And basic is a really heavily compressed JPEG image at a ratio of 1:16. So that's less quality. So that better quality, normal, and the basic quality. So on these top three settings here, your camera will capture a JPEG and a RAW image at the same time. So you'll get 2 photos for every 1 photo that you take. Next is the RAW option, which is what I choose always. As I said before, you get a lot more control in your editing afterwards. And then down here you have your JPEG selections, which is fine, normal, or basic. Now you can see the next option, image size, is grayed out. That's because I have RAW selected. You can't change the size of a RAW file, they're only one size. So if I select JPEG Fine and I go back, you can now see image size is available. This is where you can specify the size of the JPEG the image captures. This is helpful if you know how large you'll be printing the pictures. So if I go across with the multi-selector, you can see we have large, medium, or small, and it says that a large file is 6,000 by 4,000 pixels and will be 24 megabytes in size. The medium is 4,496 pixels by 3,000 and will be 13.5 megabytes, and a small will be 2,992 times 2,000 pixels and will be a 6 megabyte file. Next, we have our white balance. White balance is important to get the colors right in your photos. It's not as important to set this if you're shooting RAW, as you can change it later in your editing software. If you're shooting JPEGs though, you do need to set this. So if I click across with my multi-selector, you can see we have auto white balance, incandescent for incandescent lighting, fluorescent for fluorescent bulbs, direct sunlight, flash, cloudy, and shade. And underneath that, you can also do a manual preset. You can easily set these from the information display by pressing the I button up here, and you go across to your WB. There's your white balance options in there. You've got all of the same ones in there. However, inside of this menu, you can fine-tune the white balance settings to compensate for different variations of light, or to introduce a deliberate color cast into a shot. So if I click across here with the multi-selector, you can see that we can set the values of amber, blue, and green and magenta. So I could change the incandescent to any number of combinations of those that I felt like, and then I can click OK, and that will be changed. So I'll just quickly show you how to use a preset white balance, because down the bottom of the menu here we have this preset manual. So this is where you can manually set your white balance, and you can measure or you can use a photo. To measure, we just click across with our multi-selector there. It says overwrite pre-existing data. You click up with your multi-selector and then press OK to select that. Now it will start flashing this pre in here. Now while this is flashing, you need to put an object of white cards, such as this one I'm holding up in the background over here. Put that in front of the camera, press your shutter button all the way down, and the white balance will be set. Now if I go back, it doesn't actually take a photo when you do that. I'll go in here and you can see that it doesn't actually take a photograph, it's just measuring the white balance. However, if you go in and you use preset menu and you click use photo, that photo is in there. And you can select this image, or you can select an image from your D5200. You can use that image and it will be preset from that image as well. Below white balance, we have set picture control. This is where you can control the sharpening, contrast, brightness, saturation, and hue of your photos within the camera. So you have a standard setting, a neutral, vivid, monochrome, portrait, or landscape. And you can adjust the values within each of these. So if you push the right side of your multi-selector, you can see we have adjustments here for your sharpening level, contrast, brightness, saturation, and hue. So you can change those in there and press OK when you're done. And ones that you have edited will have an asterisk next to them. Within this menu, you can also change the way you view it. You can see this grid here with the zoom tool there. If you press that, you can see where each of these settings is sitting in regards to contrast, saturation, and so forth. So you can see where each one is, and if you scroll down, it'll highlight the one you're looking at. If you want to view it that way, you can. Now below set picture control here, you can see we have manage picture control. This is where you can you can save and edit presets of picture controls, but we will look at that in the next video because it's pretty in depth. So that was part 1 in my Nikon D5200 shooting menu video series. Look out for the next 2 videos over the coming weeks. Make sure that you check out that link in the video description below. It'll be down there somewhere. Get started on 2020 in your way, doing what you want with your time. Until next time, I'm Barry Callister of Barry Callister Photography and Photographer's Freedom. Get out there, take some wicked shots, and I'll see you soon.